Harrington. Ohio State captains number 5, Jeff Hireman. Number 12, Duron Grant. Number 14, Curtis Grant. Number 53, Michael Bennett. And inductees of the 2015 National Football Foundation College Hall of Fame.
Gentlemen, welcome to the inaugural CFP National Championship game. My name's Greg Burks. I'm your referee this evening. This is Scott Campbell, your umpire. Guys, here's the coin. This side is heads, has the CFP logo. This side is tails. It's the stadium and the year. By virtue of higher seed, Oregon, you'll make the call. Your call, please. He calls heads. It is heads. Oregon wins the toss. They want to receive. Which way are we going to kick it? Okay, let's flip around. Oregon won the toss. They will receive. Shake hands. Have a great game, guys.
These two head coaches are native sons of their states. Mark Helfrich from the little town of Coos Bay, also the hometown of running great Steve Prefontaine. Urban Meyer grew up in Ashtabula, Northeast Ohio. Of course, he has the more accomplished resume, 141 wins, the 2 national titles, including Florida over Ohio State. Helfrich was an assistant when the Ducks lost to Auburn in the championship game. And with Mark Helfrich is Heather Cox.
Thanks so much, Coach. You talked to your team quite a bit about not playing tight. Easier said than done. What is the key to not letting this moment be too big?
Yeah, talk about it, and confront it. And we just talk all the time about our process and the next step. And there's a bunch of stuff going on, but just focusing on what really matters is the key.
Your key wide receivers, Devin Allen and Darren Hallington, aren't available. How do you compensate for that loss tonight?
Our team, our team. We're not an offensive, defensive, special teams unit. We're a team, and there's a bunch of guys that can make plays. Now we have to, deal with the guys in scarlet and gray.
Coach, thank you. Enjoy it. Let's head over to Tom.
Heather, thank you, Urban. After the chase and the commitment and the preparation, you're finally here with your team. Why will you win?
I'm worried about kickoff right now. I got a great group of kids. I love them to death against a great team. College football at its highest level right now.
Good luck to you today.
Thanks, man. Let's go.
He says it with a smile, Kirk, with the typical Urban Meyer intensity. And he's been working along with Tom Herman, Cardale Jones, to get his head in the right place for this championship game.
Such a big part of the game is how Cardale will perform under this pressure. He performed so well against Alabama, and his best friend Ezekiel Elliott, Joey Bosa, the defensive line from Ohio State, also will be challenged, obviously, in a way that they've not seen all year. They've got to be able to deal with that tempo, and they're going to get a look at it right away.
Ducks always get the ball first because they take it when they win the toss, and the opponent typically defers. So we'll see Marcus Mariota against Bosa and company momentarily. Kyle Clinton, the 5th-year senior from Dublin, to kick it off and begin this first championship game of the playoff era. True freshman Charles Nelson, the lone deep man for the Ducks at his goal line. The majority of fans in here in scarlet and gray on their feet and roaring. Ohio State up 11 at halftime, and they will get the football to begin the second half. AT&T bringing us inside the headset. Let's go down to Tom.
Chris, thank you very much. It's easy to forget your quarterback is making his 3rd start ever. How would you assess his play in the first half national title?
The difference is, this is Oregon's deal now. And we got to go really rally them up, hydrate them up, and go play a great second half of football.
How have you been so effective defensively against their pace?
We're tackling. We're tackling, and you look at some of the great plays that they've had on the pass. People aren't tackling. So we just got to, this is it. This is the whole deal right here. How we prepare at second half, adjust the second half.
Good luck, Coach.
Thanks,
appreciate it. Let's go to Heather.
Tom, thank you. Oregon facing its largest deficit of the season. Coach, what has been your greatest challenge offensively?
Well, offensively, was not playing very cleanly. Had a couple big drops there early that were key, and a couple third down conversions and won a huge play, and they've made a couple, as advertised, unbelievable catches in one-on-one situations, and they're able to just control the line of scrimmage and launch and making some great plays. And we just have to play, more cleanly on both sides. We're really close to getting home in the pass rush and really close on a couple coverages, but really close gets you 21-10.
Coach, thanks for your time. Chris, back to you.
You can tell Urban Meyer, Kirk, will tell his guys it's a 60-minute game. Do not let up against the Ducks, who are down 11 to Ohio State. End of the first half here in Arlington. Stay tuned after these messages for the Buick Halftime Report.
Welcome to the Buick Halftime Report. Here's your host, Reese Davis.
Ezekiel Elliott has put together back-to-back 200-yard games, and he's just about on target. 98 yards in the first half. That 33-yard sprint to the end zone. And Ohio State has a 21-10 lead over Oregon. Tim Tebow and Desmond Howard here. And frankly, Oregon's probably fortunate the lead's not bigger after Ohio State turned it over a couple of times.
You look at Oregon's offense, and they're built on momentum and explosion. You can't get momentum and explosion when you have false starts, holding penalties, crucial drops on third down, in a 4th and goal situation that they couldn't convert. So I think at this point, Ohio State's defense, they're imposing their will on Oregon's offense. Oregon got to get something more out of their running game. I think at this point, they got to put the game on Mariota's shoulders in the running game and passing game and let this kid take them to a championship.
Oregon came out here and they punched Ohio State in the mouth. And Ohio State stumbled, but then they got their footing a little bit and they started swinging back. And they're playing with a lot of confidence. Before one of those plays, Jalen Marshall walked over to me and he said, "I'm about to take this to the house." That is a lot of confidence, and that's how their whole team is playing right now.
Marshall made an unbelievable catch, had a spectacular return to set up Ohio State another time. But as they did in the Sugar Bowl, the Ohio State defense is giving up yardage. They've been terrific on third down again.
They've been terrific, and you need to give their coaches a lot of credit. Predominantly this year, they've been a 4-down defense. In this game, they have switched it up into a 3-4 about half of the time, and they're bringing pressure to the side of the back to confuse Marcus.
And the flip side is Oregon, they're not bringing pressure. You got to pressure Cardale Jones. He's a third starting quarterback. It's his third start of the season. You got to put pressure on him, especially on third downs. I think they're trying to confuse him with the coverages on the backside, but now you got to put some pressure on this guy because he's such a big guy running the ball. Once he gets out there in the open, he's so hard to bring down. So you got to try to get him in the backfield, Reese.
So a 21-10 lead for Ohio State at halftime. We'll talk about second half adjustments in a bit when we come back to AT&T Stadium. Jimmy Kimmel and some of the best signs you'll see anywhere.
Still shooting the confetti into the air. And in this blizzard, the Buckeyes are national champions. Urban Meyer for a third time to Tom Rinaldi.
Chris, thank you very much. Urban, you labeled your pursuit of a championship the chase. Tonight, where's it taking you?
The chase is complete. It's done. It's over. They accepted their final mission, their final assignment, and their final directive, and they did it. That was our whole mantra this entire last couple weeks. Job well done, and we're very grateful. Thanks.
We tried to chronicle it, but how would you describe what this team overcame this season?
One of the great stories in college football history of closeness, of team, of selflessness and strain. And this will go down as one of the great stories in college football history.
How do you define what Ezekiel Elliott and Cardale Jones gave you tonight?
And our defense to slow that guy down. That guy is one of the best players in America, and we tackled well. We had 4 turnovers, and we still have a 22-point win. That's a heck of a football team. We're starting great.
What does the moment mean to you?
It's a life changer, man. I'm just so happy. I want to share with the guys I love, and I love these guys.
Congratulations, Urban. You earned it.
Thanks, Tom.
Chris.
Stress and health issues knocked him out of coaching with us, colleagues at ESPN, for a year, but he hungered to get back in. Ohio State was the job, the most attractive job that could lure him back in. Paul Bryant with his 6 titles. Leahy, McKay, Saban, of course, with 4 at 2 different schools. And now Urban Meyer joining the 3 titles club, like Saban, doing it at 2 different schools. Very, very exclusive club for a man who's still just 50 years old. Thanks to a very young quarterback who's with Heather Cox.
Chris, thank you so much. Cardale, congratulations. We just heard your head coach, Urban Meyer, talk about the 2-year chase for a championship. Now that it's finally here, is it as good as you imagined it would be?
It's even better. You know, this is still an unreal feeling right now. I'm pretty sure it'll sink in when we get back to the locker room, but I'm glad we can do it for the seniors. You know, these guys have never won a bowl game, never won a championship, and they 4 years been here. So, I mean, this game was definitely for the seniors.
Hard to imagine. This is just your 3rd start. All your teammates say you have ice running through your vein. How mentally did you keep it from this moment getting too big?
I mean, just having faith in my teammates. You know, I knew I didn't have to do too much going into this game, even though I had a couple of stupid turnovers. But, you know, keeping faith in my teammates, keeping faith in my defense, and we got it done.
And what an amazing season to think you started as a 3rd-string quarterback, had a baby daughter, Chloe, along the way, then became the starting quarterback of the national championship team. How would you describe this journey?
I mean, like you said, it's a dream come true, but it's still an unreal feeling, you know. Looking at all this confetti fall, and how all my teammates play.
I love you, baby.
Like I said, it's just an unreal feeling, man.
I can only imagine. One last question for you. LeBron James came up to you moments ago. What was his message?
Basically, just, you know, a way to do it for the home time. You know, this is something that Cleveland can hang their hats on for another year, and we need to get right back at it.
Congratulations, Cardale. Let's head over to Tom Rinaldi.
Heather, thank you very much. Alongside Ezekiel Elliott, you were staring up at the confetti drifting down, and I could see it on your face. What's going through you?